What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at again with another video. So I just finished actually watching the Texans and Cowboys game. Just finished up. Shout out to the homie Steve for joining in, and shout out to everyone that stayed after the Monday Night Raw stream. We did a dual stream today. We was watching the Texans and Cowboys and the Monday Night Raw stream. So shout out to everyone that was a part of that. Obviously, the Texans got the dub, so I'm very happy about that. Love to see that for my team, for my squad. So for this Monday Night Raw, I was kind of in and out. Like, I had both the screens up. I was kind of focusing more so on the game, but I was watching some of the stuff that was going on Monday Night Raw. And I'm going to talk about some of the more noticeable things that happened on the show. They started off the show with Liv Morgan and Raquel, and them pretty much talking about what they had did to what's her name, Bianca and Jade. And then that's when they ended up introducing Nia Jax to come out there. And Nia came out there with Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae. And this promo was kind of weird, only because we all know that they're setting up for the Women's War Games match for Survivor Series, but not Tiffany, but Nia and Liv was literally just had a match at Crown Jewel like a couple weeks ago, and Liv legitimately won the match. Well, not legitimately, she cheated to win, and Nia knows that, so it does kind of take away from the fact that they literally was just feuding, and it makes the Crown Jewel match for the Crown Jewel championship title or belt, whatever you want to call it, kind of pointless because there's no real ramifications. They were just beefing, and now it looks like they're gonna align themselves going forward. That's when Bianca and Jay comes out there with Naomi, and then Io Sky comes out there. All four ladies walk to the ring, and pretty much Liv was like, there's only four of y'all. What y'all, your math is off. Like, there's five of us and four of y'all. What are y'all going to do? And that's when Rhea's music hit. She comes back. She has the face mask on to protect her face. She comes out there, and Rhea pretty much says, War Games, and headbutt Liv Morgan, and a brawl ensues. So it looks like we're going to have the ladies' War Games pretty much already set up, and it's ready to go. I do think it will be a fun match. I do think it is kind of rushed in the sense with how the teams were formed, but I do think it will still be entertaining for sure. It's going to be kind of interesting to see how these women gel with each other, because Rhea has been pretty much, a dominant force in the women's division. So it's going to be interesting to see how they gel with each other going forward. So, because a lot of these ladies have history with each other. So we will see how things play out going forward. Next, I kind of want to talk about what's been going on with Gunther. There was a backstage segment with Gunther, and he was talking to Ludwig, and he was basically telling him to kind of be his own man. He was basically saying, I need to fight my own battles, but you also need to fight your own battles and be your own man and seek out your own success. Okay. And he kind of suggested him to, maybe, focus on the Intercontinental Championship. So he kind of sent him away. And as he did that, he decides to take off his jacket, and he's walking somewhere, and then you see Damian Priest pretty much signing like some pictures, some autographs or whatever, and he attacks Damian Priest. Damian Priest starts fighting. He pushes him off into some production crates, and then Gunther proceeds to pick up a lead pipe like he was about to send my boy Damian Priest to the upper room, but Damian Priest stops him. And he pretty much tells him, like, look, you may be the general in the ring, but when it comes to the streets, this is what I run. And Adam Pearce comes over there to check on everything. He's like, nah, everything is cool. Adam Pearce, me and Gunther had a conversation. And it's very interesting because we're seeing Gunther essentially not be the same Gunther that what he once was. He even added Ludwig, do you feel like I'm still the general in the ring? Do you feel like I still am that guy? And of course, Ludwig's like, of course you are. When's the last time you've ever heard Gunther doubt? I think the Cody loss if they're gonna go per storyline, the Cody loss did something to him because he lost. He doesn't have that confidence, and Damian Priest is picking up on that. You don't have that same aura, that same confidence like you once had. So I definitely appreciate him losing to Cody is messing with him. The question is, will it be enough to cause him to lose the World Heavyweight Championship? That can be interesting. I don't think it will. I still can see them setting up something with Gunther and CM Punk at some point. I can see that happening. They have alluded to it. So maybe that would be something, where he drops the title. I don't know, but we'll see. Next, I wanted to talk about what Sami Zayn, Jay, and Jimmy trying to recruit Seth Rollins. And they made a very good case. They're like, look, bro, you fought in War Games with Cody. We've had our issues with Roman. We still have our issues with everybody. But come on, bro. We need you. You know what I'm saying? Let's stand together. Let's fight this new bloodline. We need you, bro. And Seth made a very good point. He's like, look, I would stand by you, Sammy. I'll stand by you, Jay. I'll even stand by you, Jimmy. But I'm not standing by Roman. It hurts me to say this more than y'all know. And I like that he said that. He said it hurts him to even not want to do it. But he's like, I can't stand next to that tyrant. I can't allow him to get his power back again. So I'm sorry, but that's okay. I'm going to take care of Bronson Reed so that way he doesn't even make it to Survivor Series and y'all just deal with whatever y'all got to deal with. So the answer is no. So they're basically trying their hardest to get Seth to join and be a part of it. And you can kind of see, like he's conflicted. It's like he wants to, but at the same time, it makes sense why he doesn't, because there's no love lost between them. So I can understand why he wouldn't. Also want to talk about the match for the Intercontinental Championship. It was really good between between Braun Breaker and Sheamus. They had a really good match, which I expected. Close near falls. It was very hard hitting, very stiff, action packed. And as the match is about to end, all of a sudden, Ludwig Kaiser comes out of nowhere and attacks Braun Breaker, causing a disqualification. He packs up Braun Breaker, then he goes around the ring and pretty much drop kicks Sheamus as he's laying against the steel steps. And it looks like Ludwig Kaiser has inserted himself into this Intercontinental feud. And I'm very interested to see how that's going to play out, if they're going to really start pushing him more as well. I think they could have a good match, Braun Breaker. Maybe have a triple threat match, because I do think, I would like to see a definitive winner. So a triple threat match would be cool. I would love to see that. That's probably the direction that they're going in. And finally, I do want to talk about the whole situation with how the show ended. Now, I already got spoiled. I kind of knew how the show was going to end. I knew where they were taking the direction of things. It got spoiled for me last week. So as Seth and Bronson Reed make their entrance, you see the bloodline. You see Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob. But then you see Sammy, Jimmy, and Jay, and they fight off. They fight off before the match even gets on the way. So they've been dispatched. Everyone fights off into the crowd. They've been dispatched. So you get a match. They're having their back and forth. There was multiple times Seth was trying to hit the pedigree to finally ultimately hit, even though, nobody loses to the pedigree unless you're Triple H. So it's really just a setup move at this point. But towards the end of the match, Seth Rollins ends up hitting the stomp, and then he's going for the super stomp because he know it's not going to put Bronson Reed away. So he goes up top, right? I think it was the stomp, or may have been no, it was the stomp. He goes up top, and then you see, of course, somebody in a hooded figure. It's Solo. Solo distracts him enough where Bronson Reed's able to capitalize, hit multiple moves, and then goes up top for a tsunami, and Bronson Reed gets his win because of the distraction of Solo Sikoa on the announce table. And Bronson Reed's hand is held up high by Solo Sikoa, which leads me to believe that most likely, without a shadow of a doubt, Seth is joining. Seth is joining Roman's team. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about all of this. Does it still make sense? Not really. Did it need Bronson and Seth? No. I think a 4v4 War Games would have been fine enough for me and a lot of people. But is there some story that they can tell with it? For sure. Because you know that's going to be an issue. Roman and Seth, that's going to be an issue. Because essentially, Seth is the main reason why Roman is once again not champion. So it's going to be kind of hard to get them on one page. The only person I think that could someone get them to be on a similar page would be Paul Heyman. I don't know if, he's going to be back, whenever he returns. But I think storyline wise, Paul Heyman would be the only person to kind of get this team to get together because he's the wise man. But it's going to be interesting how that plays out because they should hate each other. I do. And they still don't like each other. I do think we're going to get some type of, in the match is going to be a moment where they are going to kind of be working together like the Shield old days. It's going to be one of those type of moments. It's going to be cool to see. But once again, did he need to be there? No. Does Bronson need to be there? No. But I understand the story of why they've integrated them into the story now. Seth is definitely going to be involved. And if anything, it helps out Bronson Reed because Bronson Reed definitely deserves that main event rub. And hopefully, this can get him potentially pushed into that IC title slot or maybe even another main event slot. We'll see. But other than that, like I said, I kind of already knew this was going to happen. And once they introduced Bronson Reed to the mix on SmackDown, Seth was getting involved. Seth was getting involved immediately. I already knew that. So, but hey, man, comment down below and let me know, did you guys enjoy this episode of Monday Night Raw? Like I said, I wasn't all the way invested, not because I didn't want to, because I was watching two things at the same time while watching the chat and everything else. But I appreciate all the love, support y'all shown on the channel. Road to 150K. Appreciate y'all kicking in with me. See you on the next one. Peace.